Hi Flosstube, how are you guys? My name is Melanie and you have reached my channel Melly Ellie's Stitches. I am a stitcher, sewer, and knitter living in the state of Michigan. And I have gotten quite a few new subscribers, which I want to start off with. So thank you if you're a new subscriber. I love this community. I just love meeting new people and broadening my circle of stitchy friends, because it really is more than just, YouTube relationships, but you form real relationships with people and get to know part of their lives. And so I want to thank you guys so much. I actually hit 2,000 subscribers, which I'm completely blown away by. I'm completely blown away that 2,000 of you actually care to stop by and say hi and support me in my cross-stitching endeavors and my sewing and knitting. And I just want to say thank you so much. Mwah. You guys mean the world to me. It's especially been during the pandemic such a source of joy and such a solace to have friends in this community and to do these YouTubes and have you guys so positive and wonderful, and it really, really means the world to me. So thank you if you are a subscriber. I really, really appreciate it. And in honor of 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to do 2 giveaways. So let's do those first because I'm super excited. So the first thing I'm going to be giving away, and this is one of the patterns that is in my whip rotation. It is near and dear to my heart. I love this pattern so much, and I would love it if you would join in with me. So the first thing I'm giving away is the Pink Sparrow Sampler. It's an antique reproduction, and here it is. I love it so much. Those colors, I can tell you, as stitching this myself, it is such a joy. It is so cool to be able to be reproducing something that a little girl a long time ago made with her own hands. And I love the colors. They did such a good job with this pattern. So I would like to send this to you. So if you would like to be entered in the giveaway for the Pink Sparrow Sampler, just put sparrow in your comments. Sparrows are my favorite bird. They're just such sweet little creatures, and they're not flashy. They don't have all the colors and the feathers, but they're just so sweet. So that is the first giveaway. The second is I would like to gift you a bunny bag. I have extra fabric and I've been making more of these, and I just love it so much, so I changed my technique a bit. I have the accent fabric above and below, and then on the inside there's the accent fabric and then a little bunny butt, a little bunny face. And I actually have one thing I really like doing with my bags is I like supporting small businesses on Etsy. So I've been buying all of my charms and beads from small businesses on Etsy to support their shops. And I actually, from my zipper pull, so I actually have the beads on order for this. So in the next week they're gonna arrive, and I'm going to finish the zipper pull with some glass beads and a little bunny charm. So you will have a bag just like mine that you can put your project in, that I hope it holds for years to come. So if you would like to be entered into this, just say the word bunny in your comment, and I will be back in 2 weeks and I will pull winners for those. And it's just a small, like I said, it's just a small way for me to say thank you. I really appreciate the friendships, and I really appreciate the support. And I really love that you guys like to come and visit me. It's so much fun. So I have learned my lesson. The past 2 videos I've done, they've crept into the 3-week range versus the 2 weeks, which I was regularly on. And 3 weeks is just too long. I have so much to share with you today. I had to make like 2 pages of notes here. So I really am going to try and stay on the 2-week schedule. It's just much easier for me with all the crafting I've got going on and to remember what's happened in the past 2 weeks. So I will start this video with a few life updates. If you don't want to hear those, you can forward on. And then I'll go into stitching updates, my knitting updates, haul that I've got, my May plans, some May birthdays that I want to shout out, some Flosstubers that I wanted to shout out, and then our little positive card for the day. So let's get started. There's so much to share. Okay, so in the past 3 weeks, a lot has happened. My baby sister Megan, hi Maggie, she turned 35, and it's funny because in my mind she'll always be that little baby girl reaching up asking me to pick her up. I can't wrap my head around the fact that she's 35, but she's such a good mom, and she's actually dabbling in photography. She takes a ton of my Instagram photos because she's just so talented, and she makes my stitching look probably much better than it is. So happy birthday, Maggie. And then my niece Grace has still been experimenting with her cross stitch. She created, and it's so sweet, my other niece, her sister, is really into like Greek mythology. She's been reading some books and stuff in school, and so my niece Grace designed her a bookmark that has like the different Greek gods incorporated in it. So she just did it on her own. She just came up with it. I'm just so impressed with you, Gracie Rose. So I will insert a picture of that here. Isn't that just so sweet? She just has no fear, that one. She just dives right in and makes her own patterns, and I love it. I love it. Thank you for all of you who sent your well wishes to my sweet boy Max. It was super scary, and we did get to go back to his regular vet probably about a week and a half ago. And you know, everything's curbside right now, so I drop him off at the curb, and she calls me on the phone, and I told her what happened. And she said, you know, everything seems fine. I checked his lungs, he's breathing fine. And I said, you know, I need an x-ray. I just need it. I need it to be able to sleep at night. I need to know that like the trachea is not collapsing, there's nothing stuck in there. And she kind of giggled and she said, no problem, we can do an x-ray. And so they did an x-ray, and everything's perfectly fine. It was just literally one of those freak things where this tiny piece of food got stuck. So we're very happy, we're very blessed, very, very glad there's nothing wrong with him. So we will just be more cognizant of the playtime / mealtime interaction going forward. I received some stitchy kindness, and I'm gonna try not to cry. This was from my sweet friend Amy, who you all know here on Flosstube as Amy Loves Toads. And she sent me this super sweet postcard that has this mama and baby giraffe on it with a very, very sweet note. And inside was this gorgeous, can you even believe this gift paper? Amy, I don't know where you got this, but I'm saving it for the rest of my life. It's so pretty. Look at all these birds. I've never seen tissue paper so beautiful. And she knows how much I love bunnies, and I absolutely adore this pattern, and she made me a pillow. Oh, I'm gonna cry. And this is what she said. Isn't that the sweetest? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry, Amy. Thank you so much. I have to say that I've never received a stitchy pillow as a present before. I received one stitchy gift in my life, and that was from Nicole Buckeye Stitcher, and it was the bunny ornament she made me. So this is my very first stitchy pillow, and I adore it. I keep it in my little Easter tree right next to my, well, it's an Easter spring tree now, right next to my stitchy spot, so I can stare at it. And can you even believe how perfect her stitches are? She stitched it so tiny. It's like the tiniest little stitches, and then on the back, it's this sweet bunny fabric. Thank you so much, Amy. You're such a good friend. You have such a good heart. I'm so blessed to have you in my life. I will cherish this. I'm obsessed with it. Look at the color on this bunny. He's so sweet. Oh, I love it so much. So I adore it, Amy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Let's see what else has been going on. Oh, I got my first COVID vaccine. Me and my sister did have to chuckle a little bit. Me and baby sister Megan went to get it together, and we made our appointment at Walgreens. And we went to the Walgreens, and you know, we handed them the paperwork, and they checked us in, and they said, okay, you girls can, you know, go through the door and go down the hallway, and she's waiting for you. And it was just so funny because we opened the door to, like, you know, it's like to the restroom, like to the employee restroom. And we went down the hall, and there in a dead-end hallway next to a gigantic water pipe was a little chair, and she said, sit down, bam, and we were done. It was funny. We were so grateful to be able to receive our vaccine, but it just seemed so like anticlimactic from, you know, everything you've been waiting for, and yeah, so we giggled a little bit. Neither of us had any symptoms after the vaccine. We both go back on May 12th for our second one, and so we're feeling very, very lucky to have that process started. And then finally, I guess the other big life updates I have, and I posted a video about this on my Instagram yesterday, I am growing some flowers. Spring, spring, spring. So last year I planted zinnias for the first time, and I didn't have high hopes when I planted them. I have these two little stone planters on my back patio, and I went out there and I, made a little line in the dirt and I put the seeds in and I watered them every day. And I thought, if they grow, they grow. If they don't, they don't. These things turned out to be 6 foot tall. I kid you not. I will insert a picture of them from last year here. So I was just so overwhelmed with excitement because, I'm not a gardener. And so the fact that I planted this tiny itty bitty little seed and grew these amazing flowers was just like, I just was like so happy about it. So I decided this year, well, we are just pulling the stakes up. We are going all out. And so I bought more seeds from the same company, and I'm gonna grow all of these from seed, which I know is tough. I can't imagine that it's easy to do. I don't expect all my little guys to survive. But I have a lot of flower beds around my house, and instead of planting annuals every year, I really wanna fill them with perennials. So I just thought I'd show them to you because they're so beautiful to look at. So the first ones I planted are Shasta daisies, which let me see if I can get, they might be a little, oh, there we go. Shasta daisy, which is just the typical daisy you think of. So pretty. And then Cape daisy, which I love. It has this purple center instead of the yellow. And then I had never seen this flower before. It's called a blanket flower. Isn't that gorgeous? It just looks like a sunburst. I love it so much, and it says that they're really hardy, like, they're deer and rabbit resistant, and that they'll have extended blooms even after frost, so I'm super excited about those. One of my all-time favorites, the Black-Eyed Susans. Super excited about those. And then last was Echinacea, which is that purple cone flower. And so I am super excited to watch these seeds grow. They're actually, I took them outside and I set them on my patio table today to get a little fresh air because it's 80 degrees and sunny in Michigan today, which is like, wow. We had snow, a week and a half ago. So they're doing a little sun tanning to promote germination. So hoping for that. Okay, let's get into stitching. That's a lot of life updates. Like I said, I have to keep this to 2 weeks because just so much happens. Let's go through the things I've been stitching in the past couple weeks. I've been doing a lot of stitching, but let's start. So, Modern Folk Embroidery Sal. A lot of people are doing this. And right now, everyone is through, so January, February, March, April, May just came out. So I've seen a lot of people who are caught up through April, and they're just gorgeous. There is a hashtag you can go follow. I'll put it on the screen here. Go check it out. I mean, this pattern is so gorgeous, and if it wasn't so gorgeous, I probably would have given up because I'm going to tell you, there is a ton of stitching in this. And I'm doing right now, I'm still back here in March, trucking along, but like if you look at April, if you're doing the two-tone, all of that light blue, that's solid stitching there. So yeah, it's a lot of stitching. I mean, but worth it, right? Worth it if it's beautiful. So I will show you where I'm at. I am stitching mine on 32 count light sand Belfast Zweigart. I am using DMC 3031, which is the mocha chocolate brown, and 3064, which is a desert sand pink color. And here is where I'm at. So I finally finished February. Oh my goodness, I don't know what my deal was, but I was just like slugging along through February. So I finally finished February and I got into March. I finished this whole upper part of the triangle, the other half up here, and then I started all the outline and the outline of the flowers in the middle. So, like I said, no pressure, right? Cross stitch is a hobby. It's not supposed to be a job. So I'm just gonna continue on with this and finish it at my own pace, but I am loving it. I love the colors. I think it looks so pretty on this fabric. It is just a ton of stitching. So it does take up quite a bit of time, and I'll talk about my plans for this coming up with May, because everyone's got May plans, which are just so much fun to watch and see all the projects coming out and everyone's plans. Yeah, okay, so next, This one I'm really pushing for a finish on, and I've shown this many times. This is Pray by Teresa Kogut. And this is the angel that I'm stitching for my grandmother. Hi, Grandma. And I love this. I think she's so peaceful. It's such a beautiful pattern. Again, I bit off a little more than I could chew. Stitching. This is very stitch heavy. In fact, it's full coverage except for this little strip right here. Oh, and I guess over here too. But yeah, it's very dense with stitching. I had started this, I want to say I started this maybe in October, and I was like, oh, I'll have this done for Christmas. No way. No way. So let me show you where I'm at. I am stitching this on 32 count Heartland, which I just love. It like is golden. It just reminds me of heaven, and here is where I'm at. I got quite a bit done on this. I focused in on the bottom of that wing. You know what, let me show you a picture of where I was before. Okay, and so here is where I am now. And so I finished that whole bottom portion of the wing, and now this page is fully complete. So page 2 is only 20 stitches wide, so it's 2 boxes of 10 wide, and then the full length of the height. So still quite a bit more stitching to go. That's still a lot of stitches, but I'm just excited that the wing is done and she's really starting to come together. It just looks like a painting, doesn't it? It's so realistic. This is probably the most realistic cross stitch piece I've ever worked on. So I'm just loving that, and I really, really want to get it done for Graham. So this is going to get into my plans for May, which I'll talk about in a little while. Okay, next, I love this pattern. This is by Teresa Kogut. I saw Steph from Just Keep Stitching show this on her Flosstube episode, and I think it was maybe like 3 or 4 episodes ago, if you want to go back and look at it. And she finished it into a standing pillow, so it looks like this bunny's just standing there looking at you. It's so adorable. And this is Curious Bunny. I do not love that. He's so sweet. He's got kind of that Peter Rabbit childhood vibe to him. Oh, I love it so much. And there's very few colors in this. I think there's a total of 4 colors. Putty is the color of the bunny, and then Pecan is his outline. I can't remember the red. It might be Madison Rose, and then the green. And I mean, it's just such a simple pattern. It's a really easy stitch because you're just, you know, I did the outline of my bunny and I'm just going and filling it up. So right now it looks like he's wearing a very fancy neck warmer. Okay, so this is on 32 count. This was just an antique white. And here's where I'm at. So he's prepared for winter. We've got a nice scarf on, a nice cowl, keeping him super cozy. But like I said, I just did the outline of his body, and then now I'm just filling in with that putty color, and I love it so much. It is so adorable. And it's, you know, it's a nice break from something like Pray, where it's real confetti heavy and real heavy in the stitching. This I can just go and go and go and fill out his full body warmer. So this is Curious Bunny. Love it so much. And this needle minder is by Caffeinated Cat Crafts on Etsy. Super cute, and I will say it is one of the strongest needle minders I've ever had. I could probably hold up my fridge with it. It's really powerful, which is nice. I appreciate that for sure. Okay, and then next is By the Bay Needle Arts in my father's house. And I am gonna stitch along with Lori from Mischievous Stitches on this. And she is quite a bit farther ahead. She just posted a great video, so go catch up with her. And she's doing her piece. Here's what the piece looks like. This is her real photo, so let me see if I can, there we go. So there's no glare on it. She's doing hers with the exact call for threads. It looks so pretty. She's got these 3 trees done, and then she's already into like the whole frame of the house. And she started like the white, the window casings. It's so gorgeous. I just love it so much. It's such a beautiful piece. It's a lot bigger than I thought. I mentioned that in my last Flosstube. It's a lot bigger than I anticipated. So I'm stitching it on the called for, which is 32 count sandstone linen. And I changed up all my colors. Living up here in Michigan, we get real green grass, real green trees. So I wanted it to be a bit more vibrant, and I love a pink house. Not that I would live in a pink house. I love a pink house on a sampler though. So I changed mine to Jakey Brown, which is one of my very, very favorite colors. And here, let me fold it in half so I can see ya. Here's where we're at. So if you're interested in the colors of these greens, let me know, I can tell you. I know this one's Bayberry. I think this one is Grasshopper. And I think this is Baby Spinach. And then I started in on the Jakey Brown because I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to get over there and start stitching some of that pink. So I just love that color so much. It's so beautiful. And again, this one's just a real fun stitch because you don't have to concentrate real hard, especially when you get into the house. It's just so beautiful. I love the saying from the Bible. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. So I'm really, really enjoying it. I am putting it away for May. Because I have a lot of May plans. I have a lot of May plans, which I'm going to talk about, but this will definitely come out again in June because I love it so much. Okay, the next one is a stitch along I'm doing with the Snow Day Stitcher here on Instagram. That is my sweet sister, Melissa. Hi, Melissa. So we decided, we had Sister Stitchy Weekend, I mentioned in my last Flosstube, and within the first 5 minutes, we had purchased this chart. We were watching, I think it's by the shore, or no, Stitching with the Waves, and she showed this and we were like, put down your needles, everybody get on Etsy, we're buying the charts. So we bought the charts and we got the called for fabric, which is a natural linen. So this is a 32 count natural linen. Let me fold it up a bit to show you better. So the sister pact we've got is that we thought how fun to do Christmas in July and have another Stitchy Sister Weekend. And so what we're trying to do between now and then is get the whole border done. So there's 24 squares, each of them have a motif, and the bottom is like a big Santa with a sleigh. So I'll insert a picture of what the pattern looks like here. And here's where I'm at. So I have been plugging along and I've gotten 3 of my squares done. I think Melissa has 6 or 7 of hers done. And I just love the colors on it. It's all DMC and we're really excited. So we're gonna try and get the border done, the whole border done by the beginning of July. So we can just have a Christmas in July weekend and we're gonna monogamously stitch on this for as many hours as we can fit in. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, let's talk about my knitting in the past 2 weeks. Let's talk about the knitting. There's only one project I've been working on. I am obsessed with all the yarn, you guys. I just can't even with it. In my haul section, I'll show you. But yeah, I am really enjoying Palmer Yarn Company, which I spoke about in my last Flosstube. They are on Etsy. It is owned by Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. And she is a super talented dyer. Her colors, this is one of the recent ones that I purchased. Is that not absolutely stunning? It's absolutely stunning. And I got it with the mating mini skein that goes with it. And I started knitting a sock. I immediately cast it on and had to go. And let me show you where I'm at. Isn't that gorgeous yarn? I have to say, Kimberly, this is my favorite of all the yarn I've bought, which is a lot of yarn. My absolute favorite color combination, my absolute favorite color yarn I have ever purchased. It is gorgeous. And she was so sweet. She gifted me her stitch markers, which she makes herself. So she actually designs and creates these, and what I love is it's so lightweight. You know, a lot of the stitch markers I've purchased on Etsy, they really like yank on your yarn and then you end up with a loop that's like really loose. So I always had a hard time with stitch markers, but this one is like so light and dangly. I love it so much. And so I am knitting. I wish I could knit faster. You know, if you guys have tips as knitters, I've tried everything. I'm doing the stretches and I'm doing the supporting my arms and keeping my arms by my side. And I get some serious forearm pain from knitting. I've tried to hold the needles very loosely. I do magic loops. So what I've been doing lately is I've just literally been hooking it on my finger like this and just very loosely holding it like this and knitting. But I don't know if I have some kind of tendon issues or what going on. If you're a knitter and you've experienced hand and forearm pain and you found some technique that works for you, please share your information with me below. I would stitch on this 8 hours a day if I could, but my arms won't keep up with me. So I'm just taking my time and going slow, and I'm loving it so much. So much. So that's my knitting whip. Let's talk haul. Let's talk haul. It's all yarn actually this time. No, I take that back. There's stitching stuff too. There's stitching stuff too. So let's go through my haul and then we'll start talking about May plans. Okay, so the first thing that I got, me and Stitchy sister Melissa, Snow Day Stitcher, we are going to, as soon as I make some room on my whip board, we are going to do Liberty's Welcome. And I will insert a picture of that pattern here. It's a huge pattern, but it's gorgeous. And we, again, it was Sister Stitchy weekend. We fell in love with it, had to have it. So the fabric came in. We are going to stitch it on 32 count light mocha by Zweigart. And we got the silks. So let me see if I can hold all this up. There it all is. So we have everything ready to start. Like I said, the only thing holding us up is me trying to get some room on my 35 squares. But really excited to start that. I think that's a beautiful color combination. This fabric is just gorgeous. So that's gonna be another summer start for us. Maybe on the 4th of July, Liz. We could start on the 4th of July. Okay, and then more haul. More haul. So again, Kimberly from the Palmer Yarn Company. I ordered another sock box. So she has a subscription. You can get them monthly or you can just go on and purchase them. And so I purchased the sock box and I got this. Let me take it out of the packaging here so you can see it. You can get it with the yarn, just the yarn. You can add in her custom progress keeper, which is just gorgeous. And then she has other things like a little dish or a candle. It just depends on the month that you can purchase as well. This is, let me see if I can get this to show up. You guys have to see this, it's so pretty. Maybe if I take it off the white, that light won't catch it so badly. Isn't that so pretty? It's a little silver feather and a little turquoise bead. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. And again, it's so dainty. It's so dainty and light. I'm gonna sneeze, excuse me. Excuse me, allergies are in full force. It's so dainty and light, I love it so much. So it coordinates with this. Oh my gosh, I can't, Kimberly, you are so talented. It's so beautiful. I love these blues together. Warm Breeze and Coastal is the name of this combination, and the yarn is gorgeous. I've been knitting with it. It's so soft and squishy, and her colors, oh my gosh, love it. I cannot wait to cast these on. I need better arms. Okay, and then she also sent me a mini skein. Is this not gorgeous? Look at this color. It's absolutely stunning. The variegation in that is, it's some kind of magic you're doing over there, girl. I don't know, but I love it. I love it. And then lastly, another yarn dyer that I love is Casual Fashion Queen. Her name is Sheena, and she has an Instagram you can follow. She normally posts her new updates to her shop every Friday at 7. And I ordered her latest Bohemia. Isn't that gorgeous? It is just a rainbow of amazingness. I love all the speckles in it. I love the colors. Oh my gosh. And so I thought, right, for the cuff and the toe and the heel. So I'm gonna combine these two into a pair of socks. Like I said, as soon as I figure out how to grow more arms. Okay, let's talk. We talked haul, we talked knitting updates, we talked stitching updates. let's talk May plans, what everybody's talking about. Some people are doing Mania, some people are doing Sania, some people are doing Mayfly May, Mellow May. There are so many awesome things going around in May. I love it all. I love it all. So I watched Brenda at Handwork Maniac. Brenda has a great channel. If you haven't visited her, go stop by. And she really inspired me, and so did Jana, the Stitchy Reader. Go give her a look on her channel. They both made charts, and I'm all about a chart. I'm all about a spreadsheet, right? Engineer by trade. So Brenda has this big board, and she printed out pictures, like little mini pictures of each one of her whips from Mania last year, and it may even go back farther than that, and she posted them on this whiteboard, like stuck them on in each space. And she does the Blimey Cat method, so if she did not finish it, the very next year, she stitches on the same day, so she could like literally visually see which one she stitched. And so in her last video, she started off with her board and started going through, and one by one, she's like, oh, this one's done. Oh, this one's done. This one's done. This one's done. And she ended up taking down like half of the items. She got them all finished. And it was so inspirational to see. And I thought, how fun is that to have a record of what you stitched on and see the progress. And then I was watching the Stitchy Reader, Jana, and she made like a electronic spreadsheet, and she has the little symbols with the key of what her plans were. And she was doing more the Sania route, where she was going to be doing, working mostly on her Quaker piece and then some new starts. So mine's kind of a mix of all of it. I'm thinking of it as like, instead of Independence Day, it's Independence May. Free all the whips. Because you guys know I have 35 whips, right? So let me open up my Happy Planner, because you know I love to show my Happy Planner. So I started this at the beginning of the year, and I have 35 squares available for whips. And I am not allowed to start another whip until there's a free space. And I get a free space by finishing a whip, putting a sticker over that space, and starting something new. So everything I'm working on today is on this 35. Well, there are things I need to start. I need to start Liberty's Welcome that I mentioned. I need to start Sarah Elizabeth Brooke, which I showed last time in my haul. I just started seeing the new release from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I saw Bumble Stitches. She just showed her Easter Bunny finish she did from Crochet A Go-Go. So I need room. I need room, so I need to liberate some whips. So my plans for May, of course I did a little Happy Planner sheet. Of course I did, with all the stickers. So this is my little hand-drawn Happy Planner sheet of what my plans for May are. And essentially what it is, I went through and I picked, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 whips that are within this season, because I don't really want to stitch on winter right now. So 4 whips that are within this season that I thought I've got a good shot at finishing. And if I could finish, there would be 4 open spots. So that's my plan. So the ones that I chose, and I'm going to go through them. And what I did is I assigned each of the 4 whips 4 days in May. And then I'll tell you what I filled up the rest of May with, which are whips as well. There's no new starts in here. Okay, so for the first 4 days, I am working on, and I started this yesterday, May Wordplay. And I got May Wordplay ages ago. Nicole, when was that? I want to say it's 2021. I want to say 3 years ago. She gave that to me for my birthday. She is also a May baby. And I started working on it immediately, and then, you know, shiny, sparkly, there I go. So this is May Wordplay by Brenda Gervais. It's an absolutely beautiful pattern. I love it so much. We were both going to stitch it to commemorate our May birthdays. So that is one of the items I'm going to stitch in May. And let me show you a picture of where it was yesterday when I took it out of its whip bag and hadn't started on it yet. Okay, and then last night I sat down because I'm going to dedicate 4 days. And when I say 4 days, that's like 4 evenings for me, because I typically work until, you know, like 5 or 6 o'clock, have dinner, clean everything up, and then I try to get into like 2 to 3 hours of stitching in the evening before bed. So this is on a 28 count tea dyed Monaco using all the called for colors, and I showed you where it was last night. Here it is now. So I stitched my little fingers off. I got the clay pots down the side. I got the little American bee house down there done. I finished the pea and potting. I went and finished all the centers of these flowers, you know, which are just like the onesie twosie stitches. Put in a couple little buzzy bees. I came over here and I finished plant. I put in these plants with their little blooms, and literally all I have left on this now, and I still have 3 evenings on my chart for May for this, is the woman in the bottom corner, the little planting woman, and the fence, and a flower. And one more bee. Did I have that bee yet? No, I didn't do that. Yo, I did that bee. So just the woman and the fence and one more flower. And I still have 3 days on the calendar dedicated to this. So I am excited. What that means for me is I can jump right into the next one. And if I finish all of these, new start, Liberty's welcome. Can't happen in May. Okay, so I'm gonna be stitching on May wordplay. Today is Sunday, and I'll be stitching on it through Tuesday unless I finish it sooner. And I really feel like, and you know, I'm always bigger than my britches when I look at these. I'm like, oh, I can get that done in an hour. And it never is the case. So I really feel like I can finish this, if not today, tomorrow. Isn't that so pretty? I'm gonna turn it into a little pillow. I love it so much. So look at that, Nicole, 3 years later. I'm almost done. Okay. So next on my list, which you can see I've dedicated 4 days where I've got May 5th through May 8th, Summer by Lizzie Kate. And this one I'm thinking should be a finish as well. Again, it's not a huge piece. I'm doing, and this is the Lizzie Kate Summer Smalls. I already did berries and I made the pillow out of that one. So I'm doing this one that says Summer. And I plan to make another little pillow out of that one too. It's so cute. Look at that little watermelon hue. And sheep, who doesn't love chubby sheep? All the chubby sheep, all the bunnies, so cute. So I am stitching this on 28 count. This is Mushroom Lugana. And this is where I left it the last time I touched it, which was probably 3 years ago, 2 years ago maybe. So I have U and M done, and the 2 sheep. So all I have left is S, ER, and the little border. So I think that's doable. I think that's doable in 4 evenings for sure. So as soon as I finish May wordplay, I'm gonna jump directly into this one. I have it all kitted up and try to get this one finished as well. And then I could have 2 widths off my chart of 35 done, which would be amazing. Okay, now the next 2 are a stretch. The next 2, I'm thinking it's doable, but like I said, I always seem to grossly overestimate my stitching speed and how much I can actually get done. I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. So the next one is from May 9th to May 12th, and that is Bluebird Sampler. And I started Bluebird Sampler on Leanne Small Town Stitches' birthday. She had a birthday stitch along. Hi, Leanne. So I decided I'm going to make some progress on this one because, again, this is not a huge pattern. I saw Cindy DeRosa, Cindy's Cross Stitch, do this piece, and I fell in love. I'm not doing it on this fabric, and I'm not doing it with this floss, but it's just this sweet little bluebird pillow, and I want to do the same thing, right, with this little blueberry-ish fabric on the bottom. I think that'll be so pretty. So I'm stitching mine on 32 count antique white, and I'm using Presidential Blue from Classic Colorworks. And this is where I am. So again, I mean, I've got to finish the bird and the rest of the alphabet, but that's it. So 4 evenings, I feel like I can do it. So I'm super excited. I'm gonna try and get that one done. I just love that Presidential Blue color on this white. Oh, it's so pretty, so pretty. Okay, so that's the plan for those 3. And then that puts me into the 13th of May through the 16th of May. And this one's gonna be a little bit of a stretch. I'm going to try and finish Simple Joys. which I love. Again, man, I feel like I haven't stitched on this for like 2 years, which is why we started the WIP plan, which is why we started the 35 squares, because we're gonna nip this problem in the buns. Okay, Little House Needleworks Simple Joys. I love this so much. That house is stitched in Weeks Dye Works Tiger Eye. It's just stunning. It's such a beautiful sampler. It's not that I don't love it. It's not that I don't love it. It's like I said before, I just don't have enough arms. So I stitched this on 28 count. This is 28 count beige Jobelin. And here's where I am. So not a ton, but kind of a ton, right? Like I have to finish all the diamonds. There's motif. I think there's like 3 straight stitches down in each of the diamonds all the way around. There's a star here. The house is done. This plant is done. I've got to finish like the X border all the way around. I feel like it's doable, guys. And a couple little missing leaves, I think, there when I'm looking at it. But then it's done. I think it's doable. I really think so. And I'll probably have an extra day or 2 to go after it, you know, if I finish the other ones early. So that could be 4 WIPs done off my list, out of their prisons and free and Independence Day through the 16th. So that leaves me the 17th through the 31st. So the 17th through the 21st, that's 5 full days, I have assigned to Pray by Teresa Kogut. That's the one I'm doing for my grandmother. I really, really, really want to get that done. There's a lot of stitching left on that. Then I have the 22nd through the 26th to get caught up on my Advent with my sister Melissa, continue on that border. And then to finish up May, the 27th through the 31st, I will have a lot of catching up to do on the Modern Folk Embroidery 2021 sale. So these are my May plans, and what I'm excited about is, you know, I did WIP Mania last year, and I really enjoyed it. Last year, I brought out every single one of my WIPs, I think with the exception of maybe 1 or 2, and stitched on a different one every day, and I really did love that because you bring them all out and you see them and you love them and you hold them. It was great, but it was hard to like switch every day, get everything off the Q-snap, put it away, bring out the, I mean, there was a lot of changeover and you felt like you were just getting into it and just loving it, and then boom, you had to put it away. So this year I thought I would concentrate it down a little. I could potentially free up 4 squares, 2 of which are already filled in my mind. Filled right back up in my mind. So that's the May plans, and I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about making progress. I'm really excited about stitching on some WIPs that I really, really love. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, what's next on my list? May birthdays. So much fun. I just want to shout out and say happy birthday to some people. My birthday month is in May, and I had a little Instagram story and several people responded. But I just wanted to say happy birthday to my sister, Melissa Snowday Stitcher, whose birthday is on May 25th. Abby, Top Knot Stitcher. Daylene from So Grateful. Nicole, the Buckeye Stitcher. Jana, the Stitchy Reader. Robin in Virginia on Instagram, who has the exact same birthday as me, the 14th of May, which is just so fun. We're birthday buddies. Sam, who is Crafty Thing on Instagram. Ada from Ada Stitches, and Janet from Janet Jabber, and Jenny Penny on Instagram. So happy birthday, ladies. I think it's so much fun that all of you are born in the same month, and it's just fun to have May birthday bunnies. And now I want to talk about shout outs. There are, I've been really trying to catch up on Flosstube. I still have like 142 videos in the queue, and I probably always will. That's okay. But I want to talk about a few people who I adore. I love their floss tubes. They are wonderful to watch, and they're in the under 1,000 subscriber club. So I think it's the under 1,000 sub club. And I just want to bring them to light because I know there's so many people out there, but these ladies are great. So the first is Carrie from Carrie and Stitches. Carrie lives in the UK. She not only does stitching, but she has a Etsy store called, I think it's called The Little Black Pear. And she makes scissor fobs, and she makes all kinds of like counting pins and beautiful stuff. She posts very regularly, which is always nice, you know, to see someone who on a regular basis. It's like seeing an old friend every week, you know, you really enjoy catching up with them. So go check out Carrie. Next is Katie Carney. So Katie Carney also is in the under 1,000 subscribers category. She has great videos. She does a ton of stitching. She also is doing a really cool thing. So her grandmother, she calls her Fra, F-R-A, the Fra. And she explains that in her videos if you'll go through and you figure out why. But she's also posting videos where her grandmother is talking about genealogy and her life and taking the time to research, and then she puts up these boards with, you know, members of the family and talks about stories. It's just the sweetest thing how close they are. And she's a very talented stitcher, so go say hi to Katie. And next is one of my very favorite Flosstubers, Taryn. She is Taryn Verley here on Flosstube, and she's TV Designs on Instagram. So Taryn is just, I love her personality. She's so funny. So when you go to watch her Flosstube, the first thing you're gonna notice, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, Taryn, you're gonna notice a cardboard cutout of like 2 people in the background. And she's got her like her little crafty setup. I think it's out in their garage or their workshop. So she goes out there to do her stitching, and she's got this cardboard cutout of this couple in the back. And I remember when I first started watching Taryn's videos, I'm like, are those like 2 famous people? Is that like, I don't know, I was trying to picture them, and are they, you know, reality TV stars? And it turns out it's her parents. And I think she had said it was like a wedding anniversary party or something, and they did this full-size cutout of her parents, and it's so sweet. So when she's doing her videos, her parents are like, hey, in the background. And she is a mom of 4 children, all of which she had at the exact same time. She is a mom of quads, which is just incredible. And she's another one who's just a super consistent stitcher. She has over 100 videos out, and she talks about her life too, which personally I love when people give life updates. I know some people don't. I like to get to know the whole person, like their thoughts, their life, you know, it's like talking to a friend then when you're like on the YouTube. It's not just like a one-way thing, because you really get to know about them, and then you comment and you get to care about their life. And so go check out Taryn. She's fantastic. And then one who is over 1,000, but she's also one of my favorites, is my friend Melanie. Hi, Melanie from Melanie. Melanie at Yarns and Threads. And she is super talented crafter. So she not only stitches, she knits. She's knitting a sweater right now, like a top-down raglan style sweater, and she spins, which I think is just a super power of some sort. Like what's that, spinning gold on the wheel? Like, I mean, yarn is pretty much gold to me. So yeah, she's super talented, so go check her out. And then finally, let's end with our positive thought for the day, our I Am Everything card. So I don't even know what number we're on. Let's see. Last time we did 5, which was I am bold. So we are now on 6. I am a gift. I am a gift to the world. When I lead with kindness and love, I create a ripple effect that benefits more people than I'll ever know. Ooh, how true that is. My presence, my knowledge, and my passions contribute to the greater good of the world. I am a gift. And I can just tell you all out there, each one of you are a gift. When you put a positive comment on my video, it sends a ripple into my life. It sends joy into me that I ripple out to others. It's just like it's a ripple effect. And you know, all of you who are out there lifting others up, whether it's through kind words or actions or on Instagram or on Flosstube or just being a kind person, it truly does ripple through the world more than you realize. So you are a gift. I love that. I love that so much. Okay, so like I said, 2 weeks. I can't wait 3. That was a lot. It is like, oh my gosh, it's 48 minutes. I'm so sorry. So I will be back in 2 weeks. We will talk about May and how I'm doing with my May plans, and if I got through these whips, which I feel like I can do it. Do some stretches. Give me knitting tips if you have them. I would really appreciate that. And until I see you guys again in 2 weeks, have a great May, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.